From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your afternoon update.
Today is a day to be weather aware. We do have the chance for strong to severe storms later on this evening and into the overnight hours. The SPC has our friends in North Alabama in a level 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather. The orange color for southern middle Tennessee is a level 3 out of 5, and the very northern portions of Maury County and Marshall County are both in a level 4 out of 5 risk for severe weather. Again, the timing looks to be later on this evening and overnight, but we could see a few storms develop around dinner time, and I will go ahead and explain everything we need to know with this forecast and what you can expect and the timing of it all. Here we go through 2 p.m. We're still calm and quiet like we have been all morning. We'll continue to see some breaks in the clouds, but otherwise we will have at least a partly cloudy sky for the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures should get up into the mid to maybe even upper 80s for high temperatures. Very warm and very muggy out there this afternoon. Now, I do think that this model is slightly overdoing what we could see before the main line. However, it still stands that we could see a few storms pop up around 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and we will have to watch those very carefully. But again, that's not the main line that we are expecting. This potential is still conditional, not every model even showing these storms popping up ahead of the main line, but we will continue to watch the radar this evening to see if these storms do come to fruition and pop up again before the main line. These ones not necessarily our main concern. Heading into the 9, 10, 11 o'clock hours when we can start to see that line inching into our region, and we're going to have to watch for any sort of notches and any sort of storms separating themselves from this line for the potential for some rotating storms. And as well as rotation, we are going to be watching for damaging wind gusts with this linear storm system, as well as the potential for hail and flash flooding. I will go ahead and explain what we can expect here in just a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to go through Futurecast. We are going to kind of see one line of storms a little bit earlier in the overnight is the best way to word that, and then another line kind of morphing with it to our west and continuing to push through, and you can see it training on itself over and over again, is why we are also highlighting the potential for flooding and flash flooding overnight. This storm system will continue to move through overnight and into the very early morning hours of your Thursday. The severe threat should be over, I think, about 6, 7, or 8 o'clock, just give or take, when that secondary line that I mentioned just a few minutes ago decides to morph with that initial line. We are going to be keeping a very close eye on how things go, because how things go will determine the next phase of what we see. But just know that pretty much anytime around dinner time, you should be home and you should be where you are going to safely spend the night, with the potential for these severe storms to move through. We'll eventually calm down and dry out with the sunshine returning back at the end of this system by tomorrow afternoon. So here's a breakdown of what we can expect in terms of a tornado threat. The tornado threat is there. It's not a high-end tornado threat, but it's also not a low-end tornado threat. So you need to be going through your safety plan in case a tornado warning is issued in your location for tonight, overnight, and definitely have a way to get warnings and get woken up with those warnings. So the tornado threat for a few spin-up tornadoes is certainly possible. The damaging wind and flooding are going to be our main concerns, with gusts 70 plus miles an hour possible. Again, with that linear storm mode is when we do see those damaging wind gusts, with the higher chance of those damaging wind gusts. Hail, quarter to ping pong ball size hail, so make sure your vehicles are covered overnight if you can help it. And again, with the potential for flooding or flash flooding, we could see up to 3 inches of rain in some locations overnight in a very quick amount of time. In fact, we do have a flood watch in effect until 7 in the morning, Thursday morning, for just some of our southern middle Tennessee counties. That includes Marshall County, Maury County, as well as Lewis County. And that's where the highest probability of the heaviest rainfall will concentrate, but we still are going to see very heavy rainfall all throughout the Tennessee Valley as those storms move through. So again, with the storm threat for the evening and overnight, be sure to have a way to get warnings either sent to your phone or have a way to have warnings wake you up if you are going to sleep. Scan this QR code to download our free Tennessee Valley weather app, courtesy of your neighborhood Quick Mart. You will get any sort of watch or warning information, as well as our live coverage should a watch or warning be issued across the Tennessee Valley, and also a NOAA weather radio. It's not too late to go and grab one if you don't already have one. Just make sure it has some fresh batteries, program it, and you will be good to go. It will be certain to wake you up in the event of a tornado warning if you are sleeping overnight tonight. In terms of rain chances over the next days after tonight, we are going to calm down nicely. We just have some stray shower or storm chances this weekend, but chances not all that great until we get to Tuesday with maybe some isolated to scattered thunderstorms here in the region. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, severe storms possible, in fact, almost likely overnight for tonight. Again, mainly after 10 or 11 o'clock is when we're expecting that main line of storms, but anytime after 6 or 7 o'clock, we could start to see a few storms pop up that we will have to watch. Again, that may or may not happen, but the potential is there, so we do not want anybody to be caught off guard. Those thunderstorms will come to an end Thursday morning, and the rest of your Thursday going to be quite nice, with temperatures rebounding back into the lower 80s with a clearing sky throughout the day. Just a stray rain chance for the weekend, maybe a stray storm on Mother's Day if you have any outdoor plans, but I wouldn't go ahead and cancel anything. Chances do not look all that great. Our next best rain chance after we get through tonight and tomorrow morning is going to be Tuesday with a few isolated storms possible. That's to check out your local weather forecast. Fred will be back in with you this evening, and we will be back with live weather coverage should it be needed.